I can't even say anything. Growing up as a kid, I loved the Power Rangers. If you were a 90s baby, you know about waking up 5, 6 in the morning before school just to catch these episodes, the Beyblade, Yu-Gi-Oh, all that other good stuff. But yeah, the White Ranger was definitely one of the coolest Rangers. He wasn't in every single episode. He was only in those episodes where like the Power Rangers needed some backup help. As a kid, I used to love the colors of his helmet and his suit. So making this was definitely something special to me. I have the window tint. You guys see me use the tint in a lot of my prints. So I have that. I just haven't put the visor in yet, just because I've been in so much awe. This has actually been in my room for a little while, and it's been inspiration for me. Sometimes as a printer, I think you do get like a couple of like dead zones in your brain where you're like, what do I do next? What can I make next? What's like something fun to make? So this, looking at this, is definitely giving me a lot of ideas. As you guys know, something's always going on in the back. Something's always printing. But besides that, we're gonna get straight into this one, guys. Again, this is the White Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's 3DB. Let's get into it. Okay, so as you can see, as far as sanding, I'm not too concerned about this one. Like, this pretty much came out like glass on the first print. So I'm just gonna hit it with the 220 grit sandpaper. The top might need a little bit of 180, just like to knock some of those layer lines down, because I don't want to have to use a whole glob of Bondo on the top of this. But sanding is going to be very, very quick, very, very easy. And then once I'm done sanding, I'll take you guys out and solder this together, and then it's going to be prime and paint from there. This one I don't expect to take long at all. The only thing that's going to take some time is just getting the detail within here and making sure I don't have like overlap. This one I'm definitely going to be hitting with some clear coat as well. I think that's going to make a little bit of a difference, just make it a little bit more shiny. The White Ranger always used to come in on like some of the baddest episodes, not like bad in a bad way, but like bad in the cool way, the hip hop way. I'm just kidding. But yeah, he used to be like the coolest guy ever. I think everybody liked the White Ranger, just because his costume was a little bit different. He always had like the best gadgets whenever he came around. He was like the expendable guy. Like when you needed the job done, he was like the guy that would come and pop out and do his thing. So this is gonna be a pretty cool one. After this one, just a sneak peek, I'm gonna be making Drake on, which is right there. Just gotta finish out the rest of the accents on his helmet, which are printed out now. But let's stay focused to the mission at hand. So let's go ahead and sand it, 220, a little bit of 180, and then of course always the wet and dry sandpaper, 400 to 800. Here we go. Alright, so as I was soldering out there, you probably noticed I didn't have any tape. That's because sometimes when you use the slicer, I use slic3r.org, and sometimes when you make a cut and you put your print together, sometimes it doesn't line up evenly, even if you're doing it at the same percentage, anything like that. So I just had a little bit of issue with that. It's not hard to overcome. You see me just like get this side down first, and then once I got that side, this side wasn't leveling out evenly, so I just locked that side in and then came to the side and tried my best to get it as even as possible. Of course, there does create like sort of like a little ridge or like a lip. Not too hard to fix. All I do from there is just take the soldering iron and kind of like try to flatten it out. And then of course I'll use a higher grit sandpaper, just try to knock that down and get that on the same level. So a lot of things happen during your print or during your finish process. Again, it's all about how you overcome it. It's never an issue that you can't fix. It's just going to take you a little bit more time, a little bit more attention to detail to actually get it fixed. So far so good, got it all attached, got everything sanded. So now I'm about to bondo and then see what I got to do. Not bondo, prime it, and then see what's going to be shown from there, which is most likely going to be this line, so I got to fix that. Here we go. Okay, so you guys may have noticed that it went a lot thicker with the bondo. That's just because, again, that line was pretty thick. It wasn't so much, I had to break out some of my old 60 grit. And when I say break out my old 60 grit, I really had to break out my old 60 grit. I had to go down to my basement, which I'm here now, and in like the storage place, like I had to go there and find some old 60 grit. I haven't used that stuff in a while. But I just wanted to make sure that line was 100% disappeared and gone. Again, that happens when you use slicers and you cut a print. The print could be the perfect cut, but when you're printing it and you're using like wrap support or anything like that, that's setting that print to a certain angle and degree. It wouldn't be the same as when you're like printing it all as one. When you print something and separate it and then lay one side flat, that's creating like a whole new angle.
If you can kind of get what I'm saying. It's hard to explain, but I'm pretty sure you guys get what I'm saying. So now that line should be gone. With the 60 grit, I did on the sides get it really even, but on the back there was like still a little bit of a lump. So I just put some Bondo on there just to take me a couple of seconds more of sanding, but it's not going to be too bad. I should make a video for you guys of problem solvers for 3D prints, because these two here are my problem solvers. Anything that goes on with my print is gonna be solved by either the soldering iron or some Bondo. I'll think about it. I have to put something together for that, but now I'm just waiting for this to dry. Normally I add my primer and then I do this, but in this case where I can see clear as day where I'm gonna have to fill in, I just went and did this first. Then I'm gonna prime, and then from there it should just be paint, because everything else again came out perfect. I can't wait. Alright, so we knocked it all down. So what I did was, because this was like very clumped, as you guys know, as I said from earlier, so I used my 60 grit and like knocked it all down to get it to like a good enough spot. And then I used my 220 just to make everything even, because this is all 220, so I made sure it all got even with this. And then after that I rinsed the whole thing off. Now when you rinse the Bondo, be very careful, because with that water, especially with hot water, you're gonna start to see some of it fade and melt away. So I just do like a quick enough rinse so that all the dust gets off and that everything is still wet, because after that I always use just the 4 and 800 wet sandpaper again, just because I want it to be even to this. This I did 200 and then 400 and 800. So with the Bondo I have to do the same thing, so that way I get the same consistency and the same finish. So that's why it still looks like a little wet. Like I said, some is gonna come off. Just try not to let the bulk of it happen. So now I got my little microfiber towel. It doesn't really do much. You want to use that more so. This would do a difference if I was using like polish or something on this to shine this up. I just have a microfiber towel. I don't want to use paper towels. Pretty much you can. I just don't want anybody to think that you need a microfiber towel to dry this off. It's just what I'm using to dry it off. So I'm just going to dry it off and then add some primer. Probably do 2 layers of primer and then start with paint. And when I paint, I'm going to try something different. So normally when I paint, if I'm using like the first color, I'll just go until I get like a thick, like a nice flat layer of that color. This time I'm going to try to like do it by spots. So just try to stay a little bit further, spray some on there. Whatever sticks, sticks. If there's patches, and then probably just come back, paint again, until it gets a lot thicker. I'm gonna see if that makes a difference. I don't think it will, because I don't get too many clumps. Doing it that way is to avoid clumps. I just want to see if I get a nicer finish if I do like a build-up like that. So I'm about to dry it now and then take you guys outside. Go, go, Power Rangers! Dr. Clean's magic eraser. The line is no longer there. It's super shiny. I'm not trying to like, hold on. Let me see if I can get a better. So when I was sanding, you'll get like that every here and there, like a chip that came out. I think when I was soldering it, I used like the full soldering iron, so it was like laying down on the helmet. And at some points it caused like little dents like that. There was another one over here. Yeah, that one right there. I didn't even notice that until I was done with everything. But besides that, everything, as you can see, super smooth, super reflective. From here now, I'm just looking at all the pictures just to see, because all of this is not going to be white. I don't want to just spray this all white, and I got to use like some painter's tape. So I'm just looking for where. For the most part, the first half I could just like cover all of this with like a trash bag. Or not a trash bag, like, you know, your little corner store bags that you keep in that secret closet. Just use that to cover up the front half, and then paint everything back here white, which is supposed to be. And then I'll use like an X-Acto knife with some painter's tape to fill in these. This line right here actually stays black, so the painter's tape will probably stay there. These stay black. It's just some of this gets silver. Of course, you know, these get gold details. So all it is just going to be me patching things up, so that way I can paint and then get the proper colors. Now from here, what I could do is just cover everything, like I said, with that plastic bag, and then just spray it white, and then come in and hand paint all of this stuff, which is what I did for Carnage. I spray painted it and then colored everything in. But this, I don't want the hand painted look. I want that like nice flat, just like this, that nice flat reflective look from the spray paint. So it's got to be a little bit more time consuming, but definitely going to be worth it in the end. This thing is going to look freaking crazy. I can't wait. I can't wait just to see the white. Just to see the white alone, I know I'm going to be like, holy shit. And excuse my language. And then as you start peeling off the painter's tape for these parts, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll have that part in for you guys, so that way you can see what I'm saying. It's better to see than to tell you, but go, go, Power Rangers. So when it comes to like finalizing a 3D print with your paint, this is like one of the most satisfying moments. Like seeing all the painter's tape, everything like that, right before you peel it off and see like the finished product. Oh my goodness. So yeah, you're definitely gonna have to stay tuned for that. This thing looks amazing. All right, so don't call me a liar, but being able to take off all the painter's tape and like reveal all the colors probably won't happen, just because I had to do white. Well, I had to spray the whole thing black, then cover things up, spray it white, remove some of those coverings so that I could spray it gold where it needed to be, and then remove some of those coverings so now I could put it silver. So through the process, I had to do a little bit of unpeeling. So I mean, I still have some that I can peel off, but it's not the whole thing. You guys didn't get to see like the satisfying stuff. Seconds away from reveal. All I gotta do is just let this silver dry.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So this is the White Ranger. I actually have right there Lord Dracon. So another Power Ranger, and you guys should already have seen my blue Power Ranger helmet as well. So a couple Rangers that I liked, having fun with it. Dracons, oh my goodness, that's gonna look so crazy. I'm giving you guys like a little sneak peek into the video. I don't know why, it's a simple thing, but this part that goes onto his helmet is just like bananas to me. I don't know why, but it's gonna be fun. I just have to make the time to actually do it. Like I said to you guys before, after the pandemic, I'm back into work. I do work as a carpenter, so besides just building 3D prints, I build homes, houses, which is hard on the back. So yeah, I've just been trying to keep up with the schedule, trying to keep up with making something new for you guys and teaching you guys how to do it. This stuff, I really love doing it, so I always want to make sure I'm putting my best foot forward and always giving you guys 100%. So definitely that's coming. Right now, what you've been seeing is actually, well, let me see if you guys can guess it. On TikTok, people guess it so quickly on TikTok. So let's see if you guys can figure that out. But Dracon will be first, and then that helmet, and then something else a little bit more cool, guys. I haven't forget the promise that I gave you guys about working with Adafruit and a lot of their electronics. That's coming as well. Again, just with the holidays, getting back into work, I'm just making sure I'm all budgeted and taken care of before I get into that stuff. But as always, guys, if you like the videos, definitely hit that like button. And if you think this can help somebody else, definitely hit the share button as well. As you see, I got 2 to 3, more than that. More prints coming. I'm pretty sure you guys know who the first one was up there. More coming, so definitely hit that subscribe button. That way you get to stay along with me for the journey, and then hit that bell notification. That way you know exactly when I post it and you could be the first one on there. Besides that, guys, as always, it's 3DB, and I'm out.